Here's the truth nobody over 50 tells you. The muscle you've already lost is not gone for good. Your body can and will rebuild it at 50, at 70, even in your 80s, but only if you give it the specific signals. This is video 2 of my 3-part sarcopenia series. Video 1 was the problem. This one is the fix. And there's one healthy habit a lot of you are doing right now that is quietly stripping muscle off of your body while you think you're doing the right thing. I'll show you what to do instead before we're done. I'm Steve, and I've been a medical provider for over 20 years. I'm a regular guy in my 50s, and 9 months ago, I was 50 pounds heavier than I am right now. So understand that I'm not preaching at you from some mountaintop. I'm walking down this road with you. During my career, I've watched too many people in their 60s and 70s end up frail, weak, and dependent when they don't have to be. That's why I'm doing this. So if you're in your 40s, you need to start now because 50 is right around the corner. If you're in your 50s like me, or already in your 60s or 70s and ready to rebuild, this works. The research backs it, so let's get into the 3 drivers. The one thing you need to do, and nothing else is even close, you have to lift. Resistance training is the single strongest signal you can send your body to hold on to muscle and build it back. Not walking, not stretching, not some powder in a tub, lifting. And here's why it's not too late to start. When researchers pulled dozens of studies on older adults who started lifting, the strength gains were large and consistent in people in their 70s and 80s who started lifting from nothing. Here's the whole prescription, and you could fit it on an index card. Resistance training 3 times a week. Start by hitting the movements that actually run your life. Squats, presses, pulls, and carries. 2 or 3 sets each. And one rule that does the work, it has to get harder over time. More weight, more reps, harder variation. A muscle only rebuilds when you force it to do something it couldn't do last month. That's called progressive overload, and it's the whole game. This video is to give you the outline. I'll post a detailed workout video soon, especially for someone just getting started. One for if you have access to a gym, and one you can do at home using just your body weight. If you're sitting there thinking, I've never touched a weight in my life, this is not for me. Well, you've got it backwards. You actually have the most to gain. Those are called beginner gains because your body responds to the signal fastest when it hasn't heard it in years. Power. Strength is how much you can lift. Power is how fast you can move it. And the power fades even faster than strength as we age. Here's why you care. Power is what catches you when you trip. It's what gets you up off the floor after playing with the grandkids. It gets you across the street before the light changes. It also helps prevent falls. Lose it, and a stumble becomes a fall. And you saw in video 1 where a fall can lead. Good news, you can train it and it doesn't take heavy weight. Move a lighter load with intent, fast and controlled on the way up. And it's not your muscles or your heart, it's both. The same training that rebuilds muscles also drives up your cardio fitness, your VO2 max, in older adults especially. So lift 3 times a week. Put some speed into a few of those reps and you're hitting strength and power and your heart all at once. Lifting reliably builds strength and real-world function in older adults across the board. How much raw size you put on depends on partly what you eat, which is driver number 3. You can send that build signal all day long with your resistance training, but if you don't get your body the materials it needs, it can't build a damn thing. That is why driver 3 is protein, and most people over 50 get this dead wrong. Here's what almost no one tells you. As you age, your muscles actually get more resistant to protein. Yeah, it takes a bigger dose to flip the same switch. So that old 0.8 grams per kilogram number you've heard, for aging in adults trying to keep muscle, that's not maintenance, that's a slow decline. The expert group that studies this puts active older adults at 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilo per day. And honestly, you want to live at the top of that and even a little past it. Now let's flip it to pounds and use your useful body weight. The strong, lean version you're building towards, not what the scale sits at today. That lands you at roughly 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. For men, if you're aiming to be a strong 180 pounds, that's about 125 grams on the low end and up to 180 on the high end. Some high protein foods are eggs, Greek yogurt, fish, meat, beans, and a protein shake. Those are just some of them. Lifting is the signal, protein are the bricks. You need both, or you're a crew with no materials, or a pile of bricks with nobody to lay them. Here's what people get wrong after 50 when they decide to get into shape: eating less and doing nothing but cardio. I see this constantly. Someone over 50 decides to finally get healthy, so they do two things that sound right. They slash their calories, and then they start walking or jogging and nothing else. Both feel virtuous, but when you're eating in a deficit with no lifting, your body doesn't just burn fat, it also burns muscle right alongside it. You end up lighter on the scale, but weaker than the day you started. You won the diet, but you sped up the exact problem we're trying to stop. Now, I'm not telling you to stop walking. Keep walking. It's great for you. It's healthy. It helps build up your cardiovascular fitness. I'm telling you to never run a deficit without lifting and without eating enough protein to protect the muscle. You give your body a reason to keep that muscle, and it will. Take the reason away, and it'll go without a second thought. And it's simpler than the internet wants you to believe. Lift 3 times a week and make it harder over time. Eat enough protein and spread it out. Add a little speed, and do not diet your muscle away. Do that, and you don't just slow down sarcopenia, you actually turn it around this year. In video 3, I'm going to show you exactly how to eat for all this, how to build your plate so you actually feed the muscle instead of starve it. So go watch Eating for Muscle next. Take control of the rest of your life and make it the best of your life. And I'll see you over there.